Here's a challenge that I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do. So I've had an order from the Made by Martin website for a 1967 sixpence ring, sized T. This is a size T shilling. As you can see, I need to make this sixpence that size. I'm really not sure that's possible. So I'm going to start. I don't know what hole to punch. That's the other. Ooh. It's going to be one of these two. I think 1/4 of an inch is going to mean as we stretch the inside bit out, it's going to become so thin, I think it will split. The other option is 3/8. Now that will leave some nice equidistance between the text and the band itself. I've got some spares because I'm fairly sure I'm going to need them. I'm going to start with 3/8 first, which means punching a hole in it first. Oh, I know I love a challenge, but come on. After having annealed it, the next part is to plonk it in the punch and whack a hole in the middle. Actually, I ought to have a bit of a tidy up. These are some membership tokens. Right, let's get on with it. What's the worst that could happen? You can't see too well, but less sixpences in there. This is a that's the punch, which, let's move you out of the way, and then so everybody can see. 6 ton of pressure on it. That's not actually level. Let's bring it in a little bit so we get even pressure. Oh! And that can go there. And that, boys and girls, is the bit from the middle. Let's plonk that down there. Yee. And in here, I need 2 hands to do this, is a sixpence. Ooh, are you going to focus? Perhaps not. Here we are. Doesn't look right much at the moment, does it? Now, the important thing with this is to clean this inside edge. This is a deburring tool. Those little furry bits on there are what were on here. And yeah, it doesn't look too bad. See the slightest imperfection in there when we come to form it, when we come to make it into a cone, and then stretch it on here on the ring stretcher. Could leave it as a piece of split scrap metal, but we're gonna have to start to form it anyway, so may as well start now. I missed out the bit with the setting light to it again and again, and then the first fold and then the second fold. Ooh, now this is, I'm still, I don't know, Size T. I mean, this, just to put it in perspective, that is a lot of sizing up, which requires an awful lot of this. And this is where it starts to become nail-biting time, because we need to get it on here and start. Let's put these away because we don't need the folding cones anymore, and those can go, because from now on all we're going to do is make it bigger. So I'm not going to be able to do this one-handed, I'm afraid, boys and girls, and it's also going to take a long time. So come back when either I've had to start on one of the new ones, or I might be getting close with this one. But a size T from a Sixpence is ooh, a not inconsiderable amount of time later. Getting close. When I say close, I mean close. Oh, and this is, I've lost count. If, that's the reed side, obviously we're measuring that on. If we measure it on the non-reeded side, it's going to be a bit smaller, but it will stretch. Whew, this is one of those challenges where I've just been doing it probably about a fifth of a size at a time on the ring stretcher, with my heart in my mouth most of those times, because this is a wow. Apologise for the state of my fingers. I caught a quick on that one. It looks a bit icky, but it's not as sore as perhaps it looks. Right, I'm going to have 3 more annealing sessions on the annealing torch, and burny up, and then very gently try and bring it up to a size T. Wish me luck, boys and girls. Oh. Now, obviously, when you stretch anything, like a picture, and a rubber band, when you stretch a rubber band, it becomes thinner and thinner and thinner every time. Well, it's the same with a coin. Let's pop this back for a minute. Alright, I'm going to dry that off, and I'm going to give it a quick hit, that very quickly with some emery pad. Now, as I said, I think earlier, or if you've watched any of the other videos when it comes to making these, the slightest imperfection now will lead to the complete destruction of this ring, and it will become cupronickel scrap. Let's try and get it, those last couple of little tweaks, up to a size T Oh, it's actually quite exciting, even though it's really scary. Well, so we've gone can you believe that? Look at this. Goodness me. Now that's on the reed side. Sorry, it's probably going to make you seasick if I zoom in too far. If we turn it around and have a look at the non-reeded side. The non-reeded side, we have a phone ringing. RS. A T and a titch. But that's okay because we need it looking ring-shaped and not cone-shaped. So let's have a nice background. How about that? Boys and girls, I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. We have a T sized. Now, I think I'm just going to bring those edges. Now, as you know, because the side of a ring has that ridge, this is called the reed, it does stick out. Oops, come here a little bit. If we have a look at that there, I think I've got the opportunity with this. Ooh, I might have to look at the other side. Where is it here? There. Oh, what I'm going to do is line this up. This is the worst bit of filming. I do apologise. I'm doing this, and I will one day. I'll get some cameras set up properly so that the boys and girls can see what I'm doing. And I'm just ever so gently. That's all. Hardly at all touch it, but just if you see, then it just brings that in. So it doesn't look like T-shaped, it looks more of a, ring-shaped. So back on the sizing mandrel. That's just under T on the reed, and it's a T on the non-reeded side. So a very, very, and it is very, very, believe me, that's it. Oh, look. You see that? That's it. That's all I'm doing. Tiny, tiny, the smallest of tweaks takes that, ooh, maybe a tiny, tiny tweak more. Heart in mouth time. It's still, boys and girls, heart in mouth time. That's it. That's all we need. Oh, now where are we? Look at this. We're on T. Wow. Now, I don't mind admitting, I really don't mind admitting that was a heart in mouth challenge. Let's get it polished up. I'm going to pop some gloves on from now on because we don't want any of my fingerprints and skin oils and things over it, and machine oils and that over it. Gloves on, give it a polish, see how it looks. Wow. That hasn't turned out right bad at all. Crumbs. 1967 sixpence to a size T. Ho, ho, ho. Now, the customer asked for a semi-antique finish, so that's how I'm going to leave it, like this, without bringing it up to a high sheen. I'm very pleased with that. I'm exceptionally pleased with that. So now this is the bit where we plonk a lacquer on there, and as I always say, the thing with rings, especially pre-decimal coin rings, because they're Cooper nickel, all finishes will wear off in time, and they will tarnish a little bit, but it's dead easy to bring them back to a nice finish with just a nice jewellery polishing cloth. And if the lacquer does wear off, just nail varnish gel works a treat. In fact, just as well as the ceramic lacquer that I use. It just doesn't last as long as the ceramic lacquer. Wow. Sorry, I'm a little bit sort of mesmerised by it. Because I really didn't think I would get it in one hit. It just didn't seem, size T is bonkersly big for a sixpence. In fact, if we just get from me little stash of coins here, we put them side by side. These are 66. Just to give you an idea. Wow. It shouldn't seem possible, should it? It really shouldn't be possible. This isn't art. This is engineering. And it's given me something to do before a Zoom meeting this afternoon. Give me a little break from the world of health and science and research and social care. But there we are. There we have a 1967 size T sixpence coin ring. Hey, right proud of that, so I am.